Hi, I am Julia and I am 52 years old. I went through menopause, I think sort of mid-40s. I don't quite know exactly when, but around my mid-40s. I think for me, the biggest thing was the different symptoms that you had. I think as nobody really speaks about it, you think it's old ladies having hot flushes. Little did I know it would be things, well, your emotions, your hair starts falling out, what else? You put on weight around the tummy. Yes, you're very moody, and I think, yeah, you did. I didn't really expect any of those. I was just at the doctor having some blood tests done and was told I was in perimenopause. And I thought there was a problem with me, and it was, yeah, I didn't quite know what to do, what the sort of scenario was. And it took me about a week until I went home and actually read about it. And so I think, yeah, the different symptoms would be definitely one of the main things that I would have liked to have known about. Growing up, sort of my generation and before, there was never anything sort of about mental health, mental issues. You know, it was, you just got on with life. There were never those sort of problems. So when I had these emotions, it was me that was the problem. And I wish, yeah, that I'd known that it probably was menopause and it wasn't just me all over the place. I think being such a practical person, you know, when it's something you can't control, it's really quite a thing. I wish I had been told about the emotional side of things. From a male's point of view, it would also be great for them to know a lot more about menopause and to help understand everything, because our friends, family, it causes huge issues in relationships. And I think if it was something that was really more out there and it's perfectly normal, and it's a lot of the time they might think it's them or you off them or you being moody with them. Maybe it should be seen as sort of puberty going backwards, where you know, we all expect kids in puberty to be all over the place and moody teens and whatever, and there's never like, well, you can't be a moody menopausal lady. But yeah, so I do think men find it really quite challenging. For me, it was definitely breaking the ice with people. Joking about menopausal memory. I remember going up to Joburg to see a whole lot of my friends, and we were sitting there having dinner, and I made a joke about menopausal memory, and we all suddenly started talking, and we were all in menopause. And had I not sort of made the joke, I don't think any of us would have spoken about it. And it was like sort of the ice had been broken, and we just sat there talking about what we'd been going through, how we'd been feeling. We all were sort of had sort of gone through it and were still going through it, but in different ways. Yeah, and I think really talking to people, letting people know in the office that you were having a hot sweat because you're going through menopause, and people sort of were being, but you know, more sympathetic, letting you have the aircon on, where they were sitting there with sort of jerseys on in 35 degrees temperature. I think for me, I've got sort of three things that I would recommend to everybody sort of going into menopause is, yeah, firstly, read up about it. Know what to expect, so you don't sort of think you're going mad or you're all over the place and that there's a reason for it. Talk to people. I know it's easier said than done, but once you sort of do break down the ice, even if it's with close friends, family, or partner, yeah, I think it does become a lot easier once it's shared. And I think lastly is buy a notebook or learn how the notes on your phone work, because this menopausal memory is real. Your memory goes out the window. So yeah, those would be my three things I'd recommend.